So what is going on, guys? It is Flluxi here and welcome back to another video. We're going to be talking about the latest update available on the test branch. For those of you who don't know, we had an update just over 2 days ago now on the test branch, and it actually adds some quite interesting things. For starters, we actually have a completely new map type in the form of Donut Island. It's literally a big donut sized island of land, and then in the center we have oil rig and underwater labs. And I think it's quite a nice refresh from the maps we see normally. As we jump into the patch notes themselves, it's mostly just the map of note here, but we can also see they're doing wipes on a 2-week basis just to fix any performance issues or bugs. So it does look like they'll be making changes to this map over time as well. I do, however, just want to point out the fact that they've only announced this map is coming to community servers, with no actual mention of the map joining the map rotation of official servers. And I do think this is perhaps a oversight by the developers. I think that the idea of a donut shaped map is a cool idea in itself, and I'd like to see it at least added to the map rotation on official servers, because for people that don't play community servers, they're never going to be able to experience this map, and I think that might be a bit of a letdown for people that have been wanting to play on different kinds of maps. And the map itself actually has a ton of different features that we don't see on official maps at all as well. For example, I noticed the parkour tower from sewer and water treatment was dotted around the map, and there was actually crates at the top as well. So if players did build near that tower, they'd be able to loot the crates whenever they want. And you can actually build super close to these locations as well. I'm not sure if this was intended or not, but it was definitely really interesting in the way of offering me a lot more agency in deciding where I want to build, and not necessarily having to build near the big monuments, because I could choose to build next to smaller points of interest such as this. I also noticed a crashed cargo ship on the map, which was super interesting. I did find crates inside here as well. And overall, there was just lots of nice different locations than you'd find on an official server. To name a few more, I also found a rock bridge over water, which was actually really interesting to see. In one place, I also found the towers from Satellite Dish just sticking out of the sand, and I actually found that the location also functioned as a spawn point for the player, which is interesting because normally we spawn next to the ocean, but in this situation I just spawned in the middle of this area circled by satellite dishes stuck in the ground, and that's not something that we can do normally in Rust. Again, I don't know if that was a bug, but as it's something that we don't get in official servers, I did think I'd mention it here. So overall, this map is just very different than the maps we have on Rust normally. With the oil rig and the underwater labs in the center of the map as well, I would assume that there would be highly contested monuments, and I honestly feel sorry for anyone that decides to try and go into oil rig. I just have a feeling there's a guy with a shotgun around every corner. Overall, I think it's just really nice to see the developers trying something new. The game has been out since 2021, and I think it's interesting to see them experimenting with different map types such as this, and I hope it's something that we see more moving forward in the game as well, as it makes it a little bit more interesting, because we're used to the same style of map, and because this is such a big deviation from that, it definitely refreshes the game for a lot of people. I also noticed that all of the Donut Island maps on the test branch seem to be pretty high pop, so I'm guessing you guys are all enjoying that as well. So it just goes to show that this is the kind of thing that us as players want, and I really just think that this needs to be something that the developers think about and don't just put on community servers. Now, I don't think this is going to be the big update that the developers were talking about. Obviously, we know they've been working on something big, and this doesn't seem like that, because technically this isn't content, this is just a new area to explore. So I do think that content is coming, and as of today I'm recording this on a Wednesday, so tomorrow is when we should get the next dev blog, and hopefully we hear more information about the roadmap to come in that dev blog as well. I'll be covering that dev blog as soon as it releases, so please stay tuned to the channel for that. But yeah, so my thoughts overall are that I am enjoying this map. I think it's different, I think it's kind of what we've been waiting for, and it's clear to see that the developers have pushed this out to give the people that were waiting on more content something to dig their hands into while they work on the big update that's to come. And for me, it's honestly working. It's a good distraction from the usual game. I hope we see more things like this moving forward. I think that's just about everything though, guys. Thank you for watching this video. As always, please be sure to like and subscribe. I have a ton of more videos lined up for you all. But for now, thank you for watching. Have a good wipe.